Did anyone of you know how to pronounce my name the first time you saw it? Anyone? Please? Well, good for you. As now you know, I'm Heather. My English teacher gave me this name when I was in the 2nd grade of elementary school. Later I found out that actually this is the name of a kind of flower, which is called 石楠花 in Chinese. Pretty beautiful, is it?
Yes.
I major in electrical engineering. I'm a sophomore now, and I do suffer more since this is the so-called the busiest and cruelest year in our department. Happy that I just have another month to go, but it also means that I only have 2 years left to enjoy my college life. What a dilemma. Next, I'm going to share something special about me. I studied in music class in Yueban for 5 years, 2 years in Dunhua Elementary School, and 3 years in JHSNU, 师大附中国中部. I'm sorry. I majored in piano and minored in violin and composing. Going on stage was once a complete torture for me. Walking to a piano, waiting, and shining in a too bright light, with my hands sweating and my heart beating like crazy. The only thing I could do was try not to tremble too obviously under the stinging gaze of the audience. Well, I used to think of myself as a gladiator going into the arena. However, my job was not to kill, but to make colorful melodies out of a pure black and white. After times and times of practice, I still don't get over my stage fright completely. However, I do handle it a lot better, and I think that's enough for me. After all, appropriate pressure instead of mere numbness makes my performance better. Next, I'm going to share another thing that is special about me. I love keeping pets. What? Keeping pets? Why is that special? Well, you'll see my dog later, and that's the most normal one. Besides, I keep strange pets, such as lizards and snakes for a while, and insects always. I love insects. I think insects are delicate and beautiful. Look at their marvelous body structure and their enchanting color. Oh, how marvelous! Other people always think this is strange of me, since most people are afraid of insects. Well, I consider having good relationship with insects an advantage, since insects are the most dominant creatures in quantity on our dear planet Earth. Don't you think so? Okay, next I'm going to share a story about my father. 25 years ago, he went through a very dreadful fire, and he was awfully burnt. It was really lucky of him to be rescued in time. The death toll was 28. However, his back was severely hurt, and the doctor had to remove the skin on his legs to remedy his back. He still has scars all over his back and legs right now. The treatment was too painful to endure that my father once thought of suicide. However, my mom, who was his girlfriend right then, encouraged him and accompanied him through those painful treatments, and they finally got married after being with each other for 8 years. If you think this is the end of the story, you are definitely wrong. Now, please read this news. Yes, this was the very accident that my father went through. The abominable, wicked, and sinful arsonist was caught 25 years after he committed the horrible crime, and just 10 days before his penalty was going to be cancelled. What a miracle! Well, I think it studying hard will do just fine. That's my philosophy of life. I have to admit that this sometimes gives me an excuse to indulge myself. I travel a lot, mostly in Taiwan, and Taiwan is really a very beautiful place. As for an example for studying hard, well, after all, I'm now in NTU as you are, so you know. And besides, I joined Toastmasters to improve my English, right?
Yes.
Okay, I hope my speech does make you understand me better. And well, now you see my dog now, the most normal one.